Hey y'all, welcome to Valentine TV. Sorry, I am late again, y'all, but y'all know some of y'all that's been here with me. Y'all know the things that I have to do. You know I have to take care of my mother. Oh my god, sorry, I forgot to turn it down. Yeah, take care of my mama first. But anyway, this reaction is coming from TISA Tales from the courthouse. I had found one. Some my other friend, Kadisha Lynn, hers is like short, right? She came from TikTok, so she know how to break it on down real fast. So I was gonna do her not, but I said I was gonna do all my court from TISA because that way I wouldn't be like double saying something. You know what I'm saying? So get it from the same person. And I let her know that I was doing this so people won't be coming up in here. What you doing with Tisa outside? What ya? Me and Tisa are friends, okay? So anyway, yeah, so let y'all hear what she said about well to me, like I'm at home, I ain't in New York, but she's there and she stayed in the courthouse. She stayed in there when everybody else was out because the jury was just deliberating, right? So Tisa stayed in the courthouse in the court, right? She gets all it's all marked, walking all fast, all this kind of stuff. She gonna tell you everything that she got to get and see, you know, everybody else outside because they was like, ain't nobody in here, so but anyway, I'm glad she stayed up in there. She was in there when that darn note came that first time too. But yeah, juror 25 talking about is what if you just ask somebody for a narcotic? I don't know. I forgot what you say, rug. But if you ask somebody for something and they give it to you, is that still distribution? What do you think? It ain't yours. But yes, it is, even if you don't buy it from the person. If I just say, here, take one of these, and you take it, I just distribute it, right? Anywho, anyway, sorry, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and let Tisa tell y'all some stuff that happened in the courthouse, and then I'll be back with a little bit more reaction. They didn't change the color, y'all. Y'all know I just got used to the brown. Now I'm on blue. Help me, Lord. Y'all ready? Here we go. Oh, y'all, as you come in, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Y'all see, we are 7 from having 900 subs. I am so happy about that. But here we go, y'all.
Huge. The jury has signaled that Diddy is probably guilty of the predicate with the RICO. Okay, now we go.
Okay, that was her fault. I thought I did. So let me turn it up. I know it was something weird. Go ahead.
I'm repeating, the jury has signaled that Diddy is probably guilty of the RICO charge with Diddy. You guys, what am I talking about? All right, first of all, I'm gonna have to take y'all on this magic journey because my microphone's not working, but who cares? You guys, I was in court today.
1 second.
Okay, I'm back. You guys, I was in court today, okay? I stayed for the whole day. I know what I was saying. Nothing was going to happen in the courtroom. It was a waste of time, but everybody was wrong because it was not a waste of time because the jury has signaled that Diddy is probably going to be found guilty on the distribution charge, the rug charges. I know it's a lot, but it's good. And let me tell you what happened, okay, right? So we're sitting around, and all of a sudden, Mark Agnafilio comes rushing into the courtroom. I was getting my shoes off. He comes rushing into the courtroom, okay? He has a look of concern. Now, Mark always looks like he's like a little bit flabbergasted when he comes walking in. So I didn't think it was that big a deal, but I was still being nosy, okay? Now, mind you, we've been sitting in the courtroom with nothing. That note didn't come back with the juror. So I guess juror 25 figured it out. Spoiler alert. I also found out that the 4-person juror number 5 is not who people think it is. It is not, in fact, even a woman. Juror number 5 is the number they have is the number they had during the voir dire, not the numbers of their seating chart. Okay? Juror number 5 is not a woman at all. He is actually a man. But I guess you found that out by he. But who cares about that? Because
sorry, y'all, because I sure said it was a black lady. Could because they have school teachers and they have lawyers up in that jury. That's why I said they should get this right. Hopefully we get the lawyer is right, then the school teacher, lawyer. Come on, y'all gotta get it. Y'all know the definition. So whoever sent out to ask that darn crazy question and then had to send it out and rephrased it to, if you do it, you're guilty. But ain't nobody asked you. We asking about this case right here. If y'all have to get an alternate, I don't know, because the way TISA was looking when they said that about juror number 13 or whatever, but it's like, nah, that's a little shaky too. But anyway, I'll let her tell y'all some more about it, okay?
let me get in. Hold on, y'all. Where's my, okay. Who cares about that? Because we need to talk about the way they already got Diddy on one of the RICO charges and the defense was melting down. Okay, right? So Mark comes rushing into the courtroom, okay? Then they got Driscoll. Driscoll is this lawyer where his mind, he knows he knows all the law like canon, okay? Every time he opens his mouth, I'm like, oh my God, because he's going to be right. He's so annoying because he knows all the details, and guess what? He's always right, okay? Driscoll comes in, but Driscoll looks worried. Xavier comes in. All of the lawyers are like looking around, okay? They're all huddling. They're all looking through stuff, blah, 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 blah. Diddy comes out the back, okay? And there was one time where he got bought out the back and all you heard was like a toilet flushing, and then he came out like wiping his hands. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I don't want to know. Oddly enough, this is after he watched the freak off tape. I noticed that every time Diddy watches freak off tapes, this is in the past, his trips to the bathroom kept increasing. It was odd, but it doesn't matter, okay? So Diddy comes and he sits down, right? And then they bring the note that the jury wrote, and it's written on a piece of paper. Nobody knows what's on the note, okay? So they're passing the note around. When Diddy's team saw the note, it was just like, I felt like it was that Nicki Minaj video where it's like, they were just going like crazy. They were in powwows. It went from, they were in straight up powwows. First of all, it was Esteban, Mark Agnafilio, Xavier, and Brian. They were huddled. Then Westmoreland, Diddy, and Shapiro were over Diddy, right? They were over Diddy, talking to him. Diddy was sitting there barking orders at everybody. Then it was Westmoreland and Brian were talking, okay? Mark came over and was talking to Diddy. Brian still, oddly enough, was like, I'm spinning like a ballerina. He was not bothered at all. He was not, hold on. He was not bothered at all.
Yeah.
1 second.
Yo, TISA is funny as heck because you know why I like TISA? Me and TISA, we are alike, right? I'm older. I already know. I'm older than TISA, but she reminds me of me. I mean, you see she's out there, New York. You see how she acting up. Don't care who looking. Always be yourself. I'm telling you, you will go far. Always be yourself, okay? Just like she's what she is, she has went a long ways. I remember when she started her YouTube page. But I was just watching. I just watch when anything about you doing YouTube. That's why I'm late in the game now. But Anyway, oh yeah, I was gonna tell y'all I was watching this lady. I know y'all want to hear the case, but y'all probably already seen it. So, uh, I was watching this lady last night, and she was like, uh, somebody said that TISA and Claudia, y'all know Claudia from that, you know, Claudia, but they was a friend, got a friendship. No, they do not. They do not. They invited TISA on their show to talk about a certain topic. So she went on there with Claudia and this other lady. And them three talked. That was it. She was just a guest. That was it. So now, and when y'all heard where the rumor came from, and then they somehow, TISA's a plant. I know that's not true because I seen the beginning from her start about 4 years ago. But anyway, and then uh said she was a plant, and then they say they gonna watch and see because they saying she doing it. The lady, I say the lady, not the other one. This lady said that she's doing a great, fantastic job with the Diddy case. She is doing it all, and they said, now if she don't do it, whenever Jay-Z, this is her talk, not this is that lady talking, not mine. I was just listening. And she said if she don't give him the same amount of energy, like trying to get him, then they'll know that she's a plant. And yes, y'all, she got it from Jaguar Wright. Told the lady this about TISA. I was like, when I heard when she said who told her some stuff about TISA, and she said Jaguar Wright, I could have fell in the darn floor. Jaguar ain't like TISA from way back, and TISA don't even care. None of us care. I mean, I usually don't even say Jag's name on here. Y'all know that. If y'all been watching me, y'all know I don't do stories on Jag because I know that some people think they're true. No, they're not. Or she'd have been all over this darn courthouse walking and talking and recording, and she'd have been on the stand sooner or later. Some. She'd have been walking around, doing some crazy. But anyway, I'm just saying. And then the alley / Tory, yeah, she'd have been at the courthouse too if Diddy did all blah, 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 blah. Then, y'all, because I keep seeing during comments, where's the children? And then had it in big caps on TISA. TISA didn't learn to ignore it. And then if they do it on the super chat, she'll say she'll make it, you know what I'm saying? She's still nice with it. But I see it and I just shake my head. I be like, oh Lord, there go alley follower. I be like, man, where's the children? Everybody's telling you how they finding children and stuff. Everybody but the one who started it, Allie and Shelly, they ain't found not one child. They start talking about a child and it ends up talking about them. Okay? They are a married couple, okay? My God. Okay, anyway, enough for Allie Shelley. But I just want y'all to know that the lady said Jag was telling her about TISA. TISA's not a plant. She gonna get Jay-Z the same energy, and yes, she fights for the victim. The lady that I listened to, she was real nice. I can't remember her name. Just that symbol that's on her page. I was like, oh my God. But anyway, she was real nice. And you know, she didn't show herself. She was just talking, but she was showing the evidence of what she was talking about. And I liked her. And I'm gonna go back to her page and when I figure out who it was. But I was like, man, please don't listen to Jag. Don't listen to her. No. But yeah, she never liked TISA. But anyway, I just thought I'll come on my platform, even though I got I mean 893 subs, and tell y'all, TISA's not a freaking plant. She's not friends with Claudia. She just was just like she ain't friends with, I mean, you know, the cordial, but she was on Nancy Grace. She was on ABC. She was on NBC, Nightline, and stuff like that. That's how that was with Claudia now. Yeah, she don't be hanging now. But anyway, I just thought I'd get that out off my chest. But yeah, and I hope that lady watches one day and sees. Well, no, she'll know when I say her name, and I know y'all looking at me like, "Girl, shut up." All right, but then okay, just don't tell me to shut up though. Y'all sweet, thank y'all. All right, let's keep it moving.
Brian still wasn't bothered at all. He was just sipping from his pink water bottle. And probably his wife, girlfriend, daughter, granddaughter, favorite niece gave it to him. It looks like it had sentimental value. He was just sipping from his pink water bottle, just like, I'm spinning like a ballerina. Okay. Then Driscoll, Xavier, and Shapiro all got together and they were scrolling on the laptop. All of a sudden, everybody was looking on their phones. Everybody was looking at the laptops. Everybody was like streamlining in, going in and out. They looked like they were all looking for an extra, like they looked like they were all looking for the answer, the Holy Grail. Now, I knew at this point, especially if Driscoll's out there on the ones and twos, you guys are literally looking for case law. You're looking for case law for something to support. Still didn't know what they were going. However, on the defense side, it was like, see ya. It was on the defense side. It was like, right? Mind you, you go over and look at the prosecution's table. This one I knew they had Diddy. You looked at the prosecution's table, and it really was. Listen, Comey was like, They were all chilling. They were all chillax. They were all just sitting there, literally. I'm spinning like my ballerina. Diddy was barking something at them like, now, mind you, when I say barking, he's not yelling. However, you see from his body language, he's like, right, literally looking at screens. They're all looking worried. They don't know what to do. They're doing this, they're doing that. And I was like, what is going on? It was tea. It was high drama. I said, oh my God, I'm so glad I stayed, because I was going to come downstairs and film some voiceovers, but I'm glad I did the right thing and actually stayed. See, hard work always pays off. Now get this, right? Now here's what happened. After a while, and when I say a while, all this happened over like 15 minutes. Diddy was just sitting there, straight, looking pissed. That type of piss when you are so mad, because I get that like that sometimes. When I'm so mad, I know that if I say something, I'm gonna act a fool. Say nothing. Literally flip over the Monopoly board. You know how there's nothing you can do except for look straight and ignore anyone, because if you engage, you are gonna lose your shit. Yeah. Well, then we found out what was going on. You guys, they got Diddy on those drug. They have Diddy on the drug distribution charge. They have him on the drug distribution charge, and it is a RICO. Listen to this. So Judge Aaron came out, all rise, you know, got up, popped up, right? I got my little Hillary Banks outfit on, right? So I popped up, and I'm like, okay, like, you know, we all have to stand for the judge. And he said the jury sent out 2 letters, okay? And he read the letter, okay? He says this deals with page 37 of the jury instructions. As a matter of fact, let me pull these up because I have the jury instructions. Hold on really quick. I just have to make a quick phone call. Give me 1 second, okay? Sorry, guys. 1 second.
I only knew about the
1 second. Oh, you guys like the outfit?
I only knew about the distribution question. So I heard her say 2 notes. So we gonna see. And I hope, and y'all please hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Please hit that subscribe button. We are about at 900 subs, y'all. 900. And then another 100. That'll be that 1,000. Hit that to unlock that lock. Because I already got the watch time hours. I got that one. All right, so just, yeah. So here we go, y'all. And I'm smiling like,
Yes, I'm spinning. Here we go. This is the outfit. Of course, nobody is answering my phone. Okay, I'm back, right? So I have the jury instructions. So let me actually pull them up. This is what they actually had. This is what they actually had questions on. Hold on, page 37.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to read exactly what they had questions about. Oh my God, come on. 9, 12, 14. I'm on my phone. Page 41, 36. This is 37.
Loud, ain't it?
Okay, so
they
said
closing up.
Here we go. Page 37, lines 1 through 3. It says, in addition to alleging the violation of the substances offenses of transportation to engage in prostitution. No. The next category of criminal violation is, hey, what's up, guys? You too. The next category of criminal violation is possession with intent to distribute or distribution of narcotics and controlled substances, including coca, oxidin, asmorabal, meth, gamma, I don't know. Basically, Diddy had a whole pharmacy. He was breaking bad, right? There's like 8 things. The elements of distribution to possess with the intent to distribute a controlled substance are, here we go. This is on page 37. The word distribution means actual, constructive, or attempted transfer. To distribute simply means to deliver or pass to, or to hand over something to another person, or to cause it to be delivered, passed on, or handed over to another. Distribution does not require a sale. That's what it said.
Right.
So the juror sent out a note to the judge and the defense and prosecution. And here's what they said. And this is how you know. They said, if the person wants or asks for the drugs and another person, hey, how are you? And another person gives it to them, is a still distribution. Now listen, I've watched Narcos. I've watched Breaking Bad. I've watched The Wire, right? I would say all seasons, but no, that would be a lie. I have not, right? But I've watched The Wire. My dad and brothers were watching it. And I already knew the answer to that is yes, right? Yes. I literally put my notes, yes, lol. It's still distribution. And then also the jury said, listen, we're ending at 5. You guys, they have Diddy on the distribution charges, which is one of the RICO. They only need another act for him to be guilty of bribery, arson, sex trafficking, the prostitution, and they have him on the RICO, y'all. And that's before you even get into the prostitution across state lines. There was sex trafficking with moving prostitutes across state lines. How do you know that? Because they were asking that, well, what if the person wanted to get the drugs? Is that still distribution? Yes, it is. So the fact that it's yes lets me know that they have them. You guys, we got the first win. It looks like the jury has just signaled that Diddy is about to be found guilty of drug distribution under the law. Now, when you copy that into Juror 25, remember they said that Juror 25 was disregarding the judge's instructions. Why? Because he was going off of, well, I don't know what he was doing, but it looked like when you defy the judge's order says to put aside your personal feelings and go. Is it about to start? They said put aside your personal feelings and go by the letter of the law. It does not matter whether you think something is criminal or not. Look to the jury instructions, and the jury instructions will tell you if this behavior is criminal. So what do we have? We have somebody that gave drugs to people. They're asking, well, what if the person asks for it? is that still guilty for distribution under RICO? Okay, and he did this multiple times. Spoiler alert for everybody saying, I don't see the crime. If you are giving drugs to people, whether you're friends or not, you need to stop because it's 100% illegal. And if the feds find out, you might be facing a RICO too. Don't say I didn't give you any favors or tell you anything. But when you combine that with this juror being like, well, I don't really feel like this is really I don't know what the juror was saying, but if you combine it with juror 25, them saying they refuse to follow the letter of the law, and then next thing you do is get a letter, a note to the judge saying, well, what if they ask for it? Is that still distribution? Yes. So here's the funny thing, right? So then, right? So they were like, okay, so what the judge is they send answers back to the jury. They said they give the answer tomorrow, but today by 6 p.m., which is in a few minutes, the defense has to give what.
All right. Y'all know I have to stop it sometime. But yeah, I mean, for that, you already got the answer, but you still ask that question, even if they ask for it. Even if they ask for it. Yeah. All day long is distribution. I know. You know how people be chilling and they pass it? You know what I'm saying? The ones that go after each other. Pass it and stuff. Yeah. You passing it. But see, we look at it because it's just us. It's just us. And when it's just a friendly thing you're doing in your house or at a party or whatever. I don't do drugs or drink. Even though I may act like it or look like it sometimes, most of the time. I don't do nothing. But anyway, I ain't used to do stuff though. But yeah, so oh my God, Virginia Evans. Why did you even take the time to come and tell me that? You know I don't believe that. You know I don't, right? I'm doing a reaction to her. I've been with her 4 years. Everything she said just came true. Okay? Go look at her playlist before you judge somebody. And if you pro Diddy, you came to the wrong page, sister. Okay? So Virginia Edmonds, please don't come over here with that yin yang, because I don't want to hear it. This morning you could have got me. I wasn't feeling too hot. But right now, I feel a little nutty. So don't do that, okay? I'm being nice to you. All right? But I ain't gonna let that comment stay up there about my friend. You done lost your darn mind. Gosh. You just trip. Why people be tripping like, stop? You don't want to be on this page? Leave. Jesus. All right. Bye. Just ban you straight up. All right, y'all. Okay, now we can continue. And she is not. I mean, listen. I got this to say. Everybody don't know everything. Just because you following people, just like I'm following TISA, I'm not saying she's perfect. She know every single thing in the world. No. But people make mistakes, just like I'm talking. But hey, that don't mean I ain't gonna slip up and say something that ain't even true. But I don't know it's not true unless you tell me, but you need to tell me in a better way than that one did. Okay? Yeah, because I don't mind if you tell me, no, that's not the way it happened. You don't come on my page acting like that. So I just went ahead and banned her, y'all. I don't like arguing and stuff. That ain't my cup of tea. Let me let TISA keep on going and tell. Now, I'm gonna remind y'all that she was in the courthouse when most of the people left because they thought the jury was just deliberating, and so she sat up in there and still watched. So she got this. That's what she got all this from.
They want those instructions to say or answer to the question. Why? because this could make or break. Now, listen, the whole time the prosecution is like, sex to be you. And they were literally just so like, I'm spinning like a ballerina. Why Diddy's energy is like, all over the place, right? So I was just like, oh my God, they got him. So then the defense was like, well, Your Honor, we'd like more time to think about what we want the answer to be. And he was like, all right, like, cool. Like, can you get it by 6? And they're like, yeah, Your Honor, I guess I'll do that. So then the prosecution, you know, Maureen Comey stood up and she did the Comey lean. And you know, every time she hits that mic and leans over to her left, you know she's in her bag. Maureen stood up and she did the Comey lean. And she was like, Your Honor, I understand what you're doing with the jury instruction, but we would suggest that what would be the most helpful and accurate thing to do. Because the judge was like, listen, I think I'm going to direct them back to page 37, lines 1 through 3. And that's what I just read you. Let me read it again in case you guys didn't see some semblance. I'll go through it really quick. The judge said, listen, I'm going to literally send you back. I'm going to redirect them to go read over page 37, lines 1 through 3. What does that mean? The line 1, the word distribution means actual, constructive, or attempted transfer. To distribute simply means to deliver, to pass over, or to hand over something to another person, or to cause it to be delivered, passed on, or handed over to another. Distribution does not require sale. Now, Diddy distributed drugs to all his girlfriends and probably the Smex workers. His employees distributed the drugs to him, and the drug dealers distributed the drugs to, well, actually sold the drugs. But it's another form of distribution to Diddy's team. Diddy's team distributed it to Diddy. Diddy distributed it to his quote unquote girlfriends or Smex trafficking victims, and maybe the Smex workers. I don't know if the Smex workers partook, but it doesn't matter. He probably tried to get them. They said, Your Honor, yes, we do think that they should be referred to back to page 37, lines to 3. This is what I just read you guys. But Maureen Comey was like, but I feel like by them asking that question, that they are confused. And they are confused about the law. So I think what would be most helpful and most accurate is when you send that jury instruction back to their question, if a person wants or asks for rugs and another person gives it to them, is it still distribution? She said, I think what would be most helpful and most accurate is before you refer them to page 37, answer the question and say, yes, it is. And please refer to page 37, lines 1 through 3 for the law. Y'all, when I say Diddy was sitting there looking stuck, his team looked like a bomb had just been dropped on him. And on top of that, okay? And on top of that, with the most helpful and the most direct, it looked like a bomb had just been dropped on him, okay? You have all that stuff. You have the thing. You're doing the jury charges. And on top of that, with the 2 letters, okay, that they did combined with 25, saying that they don't really think, like, you know, they won't apply the law. And now they're asking for the judge to clarify what the law is. And Maureen Comey is saying the law is yes. For all these people on the Diddy side, for all these people saying, I don't see it. It's not, the charges seem weak. Can I say something? If the charge is whether, oh my God, Francine Lavea, thank you so much. 15 for lunch. We're good? 5 minutes? Oh, no problem. Here, I'll move over now. Hold on, guys. I'm going to move sorry. I don't know. I'll move over here into this corner. Hold on. I just have to move into the corner. Okay. So. Oh, okay. So I'm being moved because, you know, I'm like the last person at.
Yo, hold up. Help me out with this. Because I don't know what. Virginia, you have to show me. I don't know. Look, I just learned. I'm still learning how to do this stuff. What? You want to come up? You want to come up here with me? Is that what you're saying? Just put a yes or no, please. I am taking. You are taking. Free stream, Gerd, link, connect me. I don't know what you're talking about, really. But if you try to mess with my string yard, you know, it's gonna be me and you, okay? Because I just paid for it, okay? So don't play with my string yard. I don't know. Do you want to come up? What? I don't know. Somebody. Whenever y'all see this, write down and let me know if she wants to come up with me. Which I wouldn't, if you against me, I wouldn't recommend it right now. Not right now, please. I'm just playing a little bit. I'm not gonna even play the whole thing, okay? All right. So I hope you ain't not hacker or nothing, are you? I am taking. What you gonna take? I don't know, y'all. Let's just keep it moving, okay? Virginia, hey, if you some kin to that other one, Virginia Edmonds, I don't know. I hope not. But anyway, you seem nice. You got a flower picture. Yeah, you seem cool. Just, yeah, we gonna stay cool, okay? I appreciate it. Thank you for coming to Valentine TV. I sure appreciate it. Please hit the subscribe button. If you see anything you like, please hit the like, okay? Thank you so much, ma'am. All right, so y'all, we're gonna keep it going because I don't know what that means.
The courthouse, because I had to give it to y'all raw. So hold on, y'all.
Okay.
So this side or inside, or doesn't matter?
Yeah,
just outside?
up, so she had to move.
Find a legal out. But at the end of the day, the law.
Wait, I'm sorry.
They were literally sitting there, and Maureen Comey could have been like, she would have been. When I say they were so smug, as they should, and Diddy's team looked like everything and their whole world had just fallen apart. And they were still looking for case law, looking for something, zooming in, trying to see if they could find a legal out. But at the end of the day, the law is the law is the law. And it doesn't matter how many people don't think that the law is heavy enough. It doesn't matter how much they don't think it was real RICO, real etc. That's why you're not a federal judge, and that's why you're never going to be a federal prosecutor, because y'all don't even know half the stuff that you guys are putting up is illegal. Now listen, right?
Okay.
Here's the funny thing. Hey, Brian.
I'll tell you later. Okay.
Okay. Hey.
Here. Hi, everybody. I'm Brian Andrews from TMZ, popping in on the fabulous TISA Tells telecast here outside the New York courthouse.
No.
She's wonderful. She's amazing, and she makes covering this case fun. So,
yeah,
thank
I'll
you,
talk to
Brian.
you later. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay, no problem. Listen.
TISA ain't even into this, so y'all don't know. No, TMZ, no. Well, maybe it's just Harvey, but I just say TMZ. No way. She was just being polite. That's it. That's my opinion. TMZ, no way.
And that is TMZ. Every time I see TMZ, Brian is one of the biggest producers on TMZ. Every time I see him come up, I'm like, what's the tea? What's scoop? Usually he saves the exclusive for TMZ, but we're all in the courtyard. This is our little court family, okay? I did not leave my purse. Don't worry, y'all. I had somebody get it. I didn't leave my purse. Don't worry. I didn't leave my purse. Juror 25 is still in this. Okay, but let's go into what this actually means for Diddy, okay?
Yeah, first
of all, it means he is cooked. They got this. They got him. And judging by their faces, they know that they actually got him. Now, when you look into the other stuff about Juror 25, that he could not follow, well, the other jury member said that he couldn't follow the judge's instructions, right? They asked for more info on the nature of the issue. Clearly, it got resolved. But again, the fact that the question came out that if they asked for it, is it really distribution? And the prosecution said the answer is yes. It is 100% distribution. They got him. They got him. You said the government did not put anything in the record. They don't have any info about what's happening with jury's deliberations. However, we have to start making inferences. We have to look at what the jury signals. And what the jury signaled is, at least on one predicate act, when it comes to RICO, it looks like Diddy, the jury has found that Diddy did in fact commit distribution. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy. So we got one. You only need two predicate acts for RICO. What should be the second predicate act? You want bribery? You want kidnapping? You want moving prostitutes across state lines for the intent of sex trafficking. What do you want for the RICO Act? You want obstruction of justice? Tell me what you want. Because listen, the prosecution, Maureen Comey and them was like literally 100,000, lining up the $100 bills. Like, what you want? 100,000 bills. What do you want, y'all?
I think, now they can go with coercion. You remember when he did Cass's mom and she did that money? But I don't know if at the timeline may have ran out, or because they have to be within the 10 years. So what? It's got to be across state lines. It's got to be. I don't know. It's so many, and I don't know when like time is up with it, you know. But anyway, yeah. Oh shoot, I forgot to hit play, y'all. Okay.
This is very, very bad for Diddy. And it lets me know that Mark Agnifilo and his twisting and pirouetting and his comedy show, to quote Bernard from Burden of Proof, like she said, Bernarda from Burden of Proof, the comedy show that Diddy's lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, actually performed was not effective. Because at the end of the day, you can do all the lights, cameras, action, you can do the end scene, you can do all that, but at the end of the day, the law is the law is the law. Right. And that jury verdict street, they are taking all the actions he's been accused of and they are applying it, and they are actually making law. It is what it is. You guys go on the, well, don't go harass anyone, but this is a great, listen, I have a feeling that a lot of these stupid Diddy supporting pages, and when I call them stupid, I'm not calling them stupid for supporting Diddy. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Right. I call them stupid because as much as they say, you are supporting feelings, you are supporting vibes, but you're not actually supporting the facts. Keep your opinion. Think whatever you want, but back it up with facts. Don't sit there and say everybody's delusional. I think, I don't see. But you refuse to bring in one fact. You refuse to bring in one piece of evidence. You refuse to do anything. You're just going off of what you feel, what you know, what you hope, what you pray for what you wish. Baby, the best and easiest thing to do is to know reality. And my dad always told me that. That's the easiest way to to get ahead in life. Recognize reality, not what you hope it to be, not what you wish it to be, not what you think it should be, not anything except for what it is. That does not mean that reality cannot change. But if you want to make a change in your life and you want to actually do something, you must acknowledge where reality is so you can start to make it work in your favor. These Diddy supporters and even Diddy's team, I mean, I understand why they did it. By keeping him in La La Land, they probably got 20, 30 million from him. But my whole point is by keeping Diddy in La La Land, they again, did they not get 20? Did they not get 30? Did they not get how many million from him? But my whole issue is with that, right? My whole issue is with that. Diddy's supporters don't acknowledge reality. I don't care if you don't think it's not bribery. It is under law. I don't care if you don't think that passing out a bunch of Molly to your friends, your freaks, whatever you want to call them, right? That's not illegal. It's 100% illegal. Oh, by the way, really quick, did y'all hear that story? I talked about it in last live, but I want to talk about it here. You know, after Mark Agnifilo was telling everybody that Diddy was a swingers lifestyle, the National Swinger Associations, all four of them in America, have come out and said that Diddy's lifestyle was an abomination and he was not in a swingers lifestyle, and how dare they associate him with a swinging lifestyle.
They sure did.
Baby, you can't make this up. Hold on. I have to read this one more time. I'll make a standalone video about it too. But I really have to get into, I really have to get into the swinging lifestyle. This was very funny. Just let me cook with this, okay? Where are we at for the swinging lifestyle? Hold on, y'all.
Just a little more.
I have it right here. No, that's not it. Hold on. That's not it. Where is it at? Where are we at? Hold on. Hold on. So there was here we go. the swinging. I didn't even know that there are official swinging national organizations, but it was good, right? Listen, here it is. The rapper's legal team first offered a window into his defense during a court hearing on April 25th.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry, y'all. Just facts. Just for facts. You know I can't see, dang. Distribution does not require a sale. Sharing drugs with friends is direct evidence that a person engaged in the distribution of narcotics. Diddy is guilty of distribution. Possession with the intent to distribute simply means that a person, yeah. You scared me because I knew we was friends. I was like, just the facts, come on. But anyway, you are absolutely right. Yep, you are absolutely correct with that. So that's one, yeah, that's what the jury was like, that letter came out for, but yeah.
I mean, that Coles is guilty of federal sex crime because in his mind, he's engaging in sexual swinging. But Combs' alleged actions have nothing to do with the swinger lifestyle, said Brett Chamberlain, executive director of Open, a nonprofit working to expand acceptance for families and non-monogamous relationships. Using misogyny and swinging as a legal defense to explain away alleged harmful behavior mischaracterizes what these relationship structures are about and potentially harms our community by reinforcing harmful stereotypes. Oh, baby, it is not over. Listen, they said at the center of this lifestyle, at the center of the swinging lifestyle is informed, revocable consent, said Susan Wright, a spokesperson for the National Coalition of Sexual Freedom and Advocacy Organization for Consensual Non-Monogamy Communities. This requires lengthy conversations to set safe boundaries and ensure all parties enthusiastically agree. They went on to say, non-monogamous people joke that they spend more time talking about having sex than having it. These relationships prioritize communication, mutual agreement, and respect for everyone involved. They said the conversations happen often before and throughout activities, Chamberlain said. Non-monogamous advocacy organizations like Open.
Yo, did y'all see Olivia? She had the nerve to come over here and talk about, why did you even take the time to type? That's what gets me, y'all. That trips me out every time. You took the time to type that, like I don't even care. Okay? Gosh. Okay, well, thank you for skipping this chat, Olivia. Okay, I haven't done this. Is Valentine TV. I'm reacting to this, okay? But she is not awful. She's whatever. All right, it's your choice. You do what you do, okay? So it was nice meeting you for a little while, okay? So I'll talk to you later, girl. You're there. Why would they take the time to even type it? That's just crazy. Anyway, she's just okay. I'm gonna just put this down in a nutshell because TISA's coming on live in just a minute. Supposed to from her home because it's starting to storm where she is now. But anyway, it was two people in the chat, different people, but they were swingers. So they was like, Diddy making this swinging lifestyle look bad. She said that ain't how a swinger go, because that's what most of the supporter Diddy, pro Diddy people was saying, that it's just about the SCX. No. That woman was like, me and my husband been swinging for 30 years. She said you talk to the people, you get to know them, you ask them, you make sure everybody's on board, everybody know what's going on, and all you do is a night with somebody. You do not do hours and hours. No. You just hook up, and then you go on with your darn husband or wife or whatever. And then the second person came in and said that's the way they do theirs, and they're in different states and stuff. But they said that's how swinging go. Everybody gotta agree to it. You know, everybody. That's it. Nobody's made to do nothing. And they said it's fun if she been done. One lady, her husband doing for 30 some years, y'all. And they just in love. But I can't, I'm not a sharer. Well, I'm single, so it don't even matter to me. But anyway, y'all, that's it. That's all. I appreciate all y'all coming. Yes, I think I got everything right. You funny. Just for facts. I gotta depart so I can come back. That's the only way I can come back. I don't know how to make my videos connect with each other and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I ain't learned yet. I learned all this by myself, this little bit that I do know. So that's why I be grinning and inside I'm praying. Believe me. Anyway, thank y'all for coming in. And y'all see, I am 7 subs away from 900. Y'all, we can do this thing. Then I get to that 1,000. I already got the watch time hours because y'all been throwing down for me, and I appreciate it so much. Deborah, I will see you later. I know you somewhere. Olivia had to come up in here and trying to mess up stuff. You can't mess up nothing, girl. You can't mess up nothing. Because I'm going to block you as soon as I get off this chat. But anyway, y'all, thank you. Just the facts. I appreciate you. Are funny. I appreciate it. Make me laugh. I need it. Believe me. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Please hit the subscribe, like button, and I will be back in a few minutes. I'm going to find something to watch. All right. Love y'all. I also do other stuff. I don't just do the Diddy stuff now. I like to find funny stuff too. All right. Well, I'll talk to y'all later, okay? All right. Bye, y'all.